What's going on, guys? We are back with our next episode of I'm Just Saying. I'm
And
Sharice,
I'm Sean.
and we're going to get right into it. So, we've been gone for a minute, but we back.
Yep, we back.
We are in the conference finals now.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight is game 4.
Yeah, it's game 4.
Yep, game 4, the Timberwolves versus OKC.
Yep.
Timberwolves whooped on OKC the last game,
Right.
but I honestly still think OKC got this. Let me see. Anthony Edwards had 30 points, but I
Mm-hmm.
think the game before that he only had 18 points. Randall had 24. I think only at halftime the score was 72-41.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's hard to beat somebody 3 times. That's all. To me,
Yeah,
that's all that
three
was.
times in a row.
Three
Yeah.
times in a row is hard, but I still think it's a wrap.
Right.
They don't have big bodies. Rudy Gobert is pretty much absent.
I don't
He's
know
a
what he on.
non-factor.
He was on that underrated list.
He was on
Or
the underrated
overrated list.
list. Yeah, the overrated list,
Overrated.
and he is definitely. I wouldn't consider him overrated because I think he garbage. So it ain't even, to me. It's no overrated list to be on because he don't deserve to be on no list. That he's trash. He can barely score 10 points. He can't score 10 points.
I don't
It
get
said
it.
the last time he scored. Let me see. It was the last game of the Warriors series. He had 17 points. That was May 14th.
Did the game he went crazy?
No. The game he went crazy was April 30th against the Lakers.
April
That
30th.
series, that was 27 points. So
Yeah.
he's only had 27 points April 30th, and May 14th he had 17 points. Besides that, he couldn't even get 10 points.
That's just high the whole playoffs.
Crazy. That's just how the whole playoffs. The last game of the Lakers series, he had 27 points.
Do you think his impact is bigger than what he's scoring? Like, do you think his presence means something? That's why they got through this far, or he just?
No, I don't think he's impacted at all. I mean, he might get 9 rebounds, but he really should be getting like 15 rebounds. There's so many times where he just getting bodied. Like, to
Right.
me, he's real soft. He's very, very soft. I don't think he's a factor at all.
I see that.
I don't think he's a factor at all. So I mean, I think OKC gonna win this series.
Yeah, I thought it would have been like a sweep down there, but Minnesota came out, and then it was like, all right, just when you think it's about to be over, Minnesota kind of showed some flash, some spark or something.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know if they'd be able to sustain that and beat because they too inconsistent. Like, finally, you get Anthony Edwards with 30 points, and I think Randall had 24.
But Randall played terrible. They both played terrible the game before that.
Right.
So Randall has to ball out.
He got to at least get 20 points.
Yeah.
A game. That's what they got you for. That's what they traded for.
Yeah.
So he got to at least get 20 points, man. Reed almost got a double-double, 10 points, 8 rebounds, but I don't know how much that was a factor.
I think Reed is more of a factor than
Gobert?
Than what Gobert would be.
Yeah.
They got a lot to match up with that they can't. I don't think it's not gonna work at the end of the day. OKC is too deep, they too big, and they bench is just too deep.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Well, yeah. So that's game 4 is tonight at 8:30. So we'll see what happens with that. I think since OKC played so horribly, they couldn't score anything, and that was one of those games where the Timberwolves was making everything. Right. It was making everything. OKC couldn't make nothing. I think it'll be different tonight. I'm not saying they're gonna come back out and make everything, but I would give OKC this game tonight.
Yeah, I think OKC would get the series for real. It just kind of shocked me because I didn't think they'd come out. Minnesota be able to come out and win by 40. 40 is a lot in the playoffs. No matter what, 40 is a lot. Right. So they could have got some confidence from that. Like, man, we really could beat the shit out of these dudes.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see this next game, man. If they be able to tie it up, then it'll be another story.
I would be very surprised. We'll see. Maybe Gobert have a game. If he can come out and have a game.
He got to. He got to have at least one. They're going to
just score 10 points, man. Get a double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Man.
See what happens.
That's just 10 points, 10 rebounds. That don't seem like it's nothing. It seems like
that is nothing for him. Yes, that should be every game. Easy.
Yeah.
But it's not. So, I don't know. We'll see. But last night, the Knicks beat the Pacers.
Yeah.
In Indiana, 100 to 106.
Down 20.
Came back down 20. Cat came and started dominating.
Yeah.
He had 24 points, 15
Yeah.
rebounds.
20 in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy.
20 in the fourth quarter. I think the first 7 minutes or something like that, he scored
Yeah.
20 points in the
He
fourth.
came out
So
and they started attacking, and I'm like, oh, hold on, they not trying to lose today.
yeah, they weren't
They
going.
not going.
They needed that game.
They needed that game, but now before this game, I didn't know. I'm like, even though that the Pacers went up, I'm like, it still could be anything. If the Pacers would have won, I would have thought it was over.
Yeah.
Period. But I'm still giving the Pacers. I think the Pacers got this series.
I think that.
I think the Pacers got this series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though they lost,
I feel like they're a deeper team than New York is.
I feel like getting those 2 wins in Madison Square Garden with the way that energy's been in there, with how the fans been.
Right. Right. That'd be like if Minnesota came out and had 2 wins in OKC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be completely different.
Yeah.
How the energy of the crowd is, yeah.
They got through that twice.
Twice.
So
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
listen, they can get one more. They can get one at home, one more there.
Right. Yeah. You beat the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. The first 2 games, you feel like you invincible. You can beat anybody. So hopefully they don't let up, because at the end of that game, it was almost like they was playing not to lose instead of just winning the game.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And they letting Halliburton's daddy is allowed to come back.
He allowed to come back.
They say he can come back and be in the suite at Madison Square Garden.
In the suite, okay. At least he ain't on the floor. Okay, they gotta.
He gotta be in the suite because he was talking a whole bunch of trash.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, at least he in there, because for real, you don't want to be a target in New York.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why. Oh yeah, the fans are crazy. They get out of pocket.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be talking all kind of trash to his dad. So yeah, he got to be in the suite.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be in the suite. So they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Back again in Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Pacers for that game.
Ooh, going with the Pacers?
Yeah, I'm going with the Pacers.
Ooh, we.
You think they gonna even it up?
I'm gonna go with the Pacers too.
I'm gonna go with the Pacers. Well, we got the Pacers, so
I'm gonna go with the Pacers too.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
But if Pacers don't win this game and the Knicks even it up, then it can go either way. Then at first, I'm like those first 2 games, I'm thinking like Pacers, they might have this, and then they lost that one. So we'll see, man. Yeah. But they don't shoot well at home either. I don't understand. Both teams don't play well at home.
Maybe it's just too much right now.
Pressure.
I've seen the Pacers play well at home.
I think the bench players play better, but not the superstars play better.
Yeah.
So,
but that's what it's gonna take to win. You gotta have the bench. Gotta pull through. They gotta show up, and they gotta. That's why I think it's over for the Timberwolves.
Hey, you know what helped the Knicks though? I saw they brought Shamet and Dylan Wright off the bench to guard the Pacers players. They put more size, put more length on them.
They had Robinson starting.
And they started Robinson over Hart. So and bringing in Josh Hart off the bench kind of sparked a little bit more energy, actually coming in the second half.
Right.
We'll see if they can keep that up. They had to make adjustments. It was a good coaching change.
It worked, so we'll see if they keep that. But yeah, they had to make adjustments. You're down to nothing. Mm-hmm. What you gonna do? You gonna keep doing the same thing that's not working, or you gonna change some stuff up? I also want to point this out. I had seen Jeff Teague on his podcast, and they had mentioned this on the pregame show yesterday.
What they say?
About Bronson having the ball for too long.
Yeah.
And that is very true. Like they got so many options. They got a deep bench. They got people. Everybody on the floor can score 20 points. You can't have the ball for 17 seconds, 24 seconds, and that's just like, what are you doing?
Then you get in trouble if you throw the ball at somebody with less than 5 seconds.
Right.
All you can do is just shoot, throw it up. Like it's on some James Harden-esque type of play.
And you don't need to do that. Y'all lost them 2 games. You scoring 40 points, 30 points, and you losing.
Yeah,
there's no reason for that. So. I even seen what's getting me is not giving the ball to the big man while they posted up on the block, or not giving it. I think Bronson had a pick and roll with Robinson last night. He turned to the basket. I think this was the first quarter. He rolled to the basket wide open,
Yeah,
and
he
he
was
did
hot.
not pass him the
He set
ball.
back three and he
I'm
missed.
like, what? Yeah, I'm like that makes
Took a step back three
absolutely
and
no
missed.
sense.
Yeah.
Or driving to the lane, you got an open bucket, an open layup, and you dishing it out for a
They
three.
even go up like they about to shoot and be like, ah.
That's crazy to me. And sometimes they will make it. I'll take that, but that's still
Yeah,
we would
but
get in trouble for that if we did that while we was playing. That is
yeah, it was over.
a three is
Coming
not a
out.
better shot than getting an easy bucket. I don't
Coming
care
out.
if you make it. You might get an and one, or they literally passing up easy buckets to shoot threes.
And they
It's not
need.
as bad these two series,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still crazy to me
It
that
is.
they not passing it to the big man for an easy bucket. They driving to the lane, cutting under the basket for a reverse. Don't shoot it, missing that whole opportunity for a three.
Mixed three is turning into easy transition buckets on the other end, man.
I feel like they really not even pushing the ball like that no more either for fast breaks.
Indiana.
Just period.
Oh,
That's
true.
just that whole concept is just like gone. I don't
Well, Indiana
understand.
when they run, they was, and then they let up. They took their foot off the gas,
I
man.
feel like
Because
more
they
than
kept getting
anything this
steals over
series
and
they
over and over.
have.
Remember? Because it was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is another steal. I think
Yeah.
Halliburton had like 3 or 4,
Right.
and they was running. They was running, but I don't know. I look up, the niggas up 5. I'm like,
I feel
damn.
like this series out of all of them has been the most has been better than all of them with saying how they focusing on threes because they have been balling.
Yeah,
They've
they
been
have, man. They
attacking.
been hitting them
They
motherfuckers,
yeah,
bro.
they've been more fundamentally sound this series, I
Yeah,
would say,
that's
than
how
any
these
other
teams play.
series. Yeah,
They very fundamental. They all play together. They move the ball where the ball's supposed to be moved to.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Especially Indiana, they really don't have that one player that's gonna try to take everybody off the dribble 1-on-1.
right,
Like I think Siakam have his when he on his run. Sometimes he do, but late in this playoffs, he'll get his couple seconds. Like okay, I can't get to the bucket. Let me dish it back out. Let me reposition. Get
right,
back in the post, and they
right,
give
right,
it to
right,
him. Like you know what I'm saying? He was hitting his turnaround jump shots over the shoulder in the mid range.
right.
Then I don't. It just fucking cat got hot, so it was over for the Knicks, man. I mean, it was over for Indiana, but you know,
Yeah, and I think I had said it was one point in the game where he only had 2 points. I'm like, he only has two
yeah, he scored that
points.
20 in the fourth
That's
quarter. The
crazy.
first 7 minutes of the
Yeah,
fourth quarter, he scored 20
yeah,
points.
that's
He only
crazy.
ended with 24.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like so, and that came out of nowhere. So
He
that
started
be the
getting
problem.
aggressive.
But that would make me think that's why Indiana gonna win, because like it's almost like they got lucky. Like he just lucked up
Yeah.
and just got hot. Like Indiana
But
kind
I
of
think
stay
it's all
consistent.
because of Bronson, how they play.
Yeah, yeah.
He instead of everybody getting the ball, I think they play better when he's not on the floor. They
Well,
move the ball better.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody gets a chance to score.
I think they was actually negative. Well, he was negative when he was on the floor.
Yeah. I would believe that. But yeah, I can see that because he's not using his weapons. It's
Mm-hmm.
just him. It's just
Mm-hmm.
him. If he can't get a shot off, that's when he passes the ball.
Yeah,
He attacks, he can't get the shot, he go to the lane, he spin. He gonna turn it to pass it out to somebody. But
I think he put too much pressure on himself, man. You got a whole ass team.
yeah,
Put too much pressure on yourself.
if they can't figure that out, if they can't figure out how to, if he's scoring 40 points and they not winning,
Mm-hmm.
that's not you got to change it up.
Yeah,
They changing the lineup, but we'll see. It's got to be more than just the lineup too. They did get lucky that 20-point comeback with just Cat scoring.
it's their third time doing it, but
Yeah,
they were just better than those other teams.
yeah.
I don't know if they just better than Indiana.
No, I don't. It still will be a good series, but I'm gonna say the
Yeah,
Pacers.
Pacers in 6. Are you going 5?
No, I still might do 7.
7.
Pacers
Okay,
in 7.
Pacers in
I
7.
feel like the Pacers should win the next game. The Knicks got to come home and win. They got to win.
I
They
mean,
win the
think
first
about it.
game at home.
Pacers in 7. I mean, yeah, 7, right? that seventh game would be in New York. So where New York don't play well at home, they got a losing record at home.
Yeah.
So hey, if I was Indiana, I think I might wanted to go 7. Hey. Just so you can win in a place. That'd be a perfect ending for Halliburton.
It would be a perfect ending for him and his dad.
Perfect ending to the series.
Yeah. So hey, we'll see what happens. They play again tomorrow. So yesterday marked 60 years for what I would consider the most iconic sports photo ever.
Yeah.
And it's of Muhammad Ali, May 25th, 1965. He knocked down Sonny Liston. Yep. Is that how you say his name? Yep. In the first in just 1 minute and 44 seconds. Mm-hmm. I know you drew that picture in high school.
I drew it in high school.
I don't know what happened to it. Year. It was cold. It was live.
It was
He's
like
an artist
36
for real.
by 24. That picture exactly.
Yeah, that picture, that's literally one of my favorite. That's the best sports picture ever to me.
Yeah, I gotta redo that.
Yeah, you have to. That picture was live. So rest in peace to Muhammad Ali, man.
Yeah, man. Can you think about like those times? Can you imagine being alive back then during those times, and like how these stars, they really had an impact on the movement as far as like civil rights, and they was back then during segregation and all that stuff. Like, can you imagine his legacy and his impact on the people, like how much he empowered us as a people? Like, yeah, that's crazy.
And it's crazy. Speaking of just that by itself, I mean, I'm sure we wasn't alive back then, of course, but I'm sure people were still being like, just stick to boxing, like, but you know, they try to do that to people now. Like if LeBron says something, don't talk about that. Shut up and just dribble. And I wish people would get back to being more proud and not scared to talk like how he was back then. Because
it's all about the bag now.
Yeah, it is. Shut up and dribble. Don't lose that bag. Don't say nothing wrong. But that's why I got the respect for Kyrie that I got. Because you need people that's not scared to talk. He want to be in the video.
Yeah, you want to be in.
But all right. So last week, I guess it was last week. Last week they did a vote. The NFL did a vote to try to ban TUsh Push. We'll see if they wanted to ban TUsh Push or not. It didn't pass, so TUsh Push is still in the game. How do you feel about the TUsh Push?
I feel like Green Bay was some haters because their ownership was the head leader of trying to get that ban. The crazy part is, like, 22 out of the 24 votes, like, they had 22 out of the 24 that they needed, and they just failed for real. So 22 teams is hating. I mean, because I feel like it's only a yard.
Right.
There's no injuries that happen from it. I think people just hate because the Eagles are better at it. Like, I've seen other people do it. I've seen other people score. I've seen other people get first downs. But the Eagles is just better. And I just think because they take pride in it.
Right.
It's just a yard. Don't get in that situation. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Figure out how to stop it.
Right. I'm just saying, if I'm a coach and I need a yard and we know we're going to get that yard, I'm going to run it every time.
Yeah.
It's just like being mad at somebody taking a knee because you at the end of the game trying to run the clock out.
Right.
Like, ban taking a knee then.
Right.
Like, crazy. But it's football, bro. Play the game.
Yeah. Play the game. It's what it is. I'm not mad at it. I'm glad it's not banned. Practice it. You do it too.
Right.
That's the easy way to get it. To get your first down, you get your first down. Don't be mad at it. Stop it. Don't let it get to that point then. Yeah. So it is what it is.
All right. Like, just
so maybe we'll start seeing that more this year. I did have the list of, I'll put it up here on the screen. I did have a list of the teams that
that voted
for it.
I mean, for it to be banned, right?
No. That voted for it. Like, they were for it.
Okay. I got you.
Bengals definitely wasn't one of the teams, so we must have voted against it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, boy, hey. Oh, well.
Whatever, man.
Stop the shit. But, so we're going to move on to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Now, it was actually reported today that Caitlin is going to be out for the next 2 weeks for a quad strain. And what the hell are they going to talk about now? Because that's all they want to talk about is Caitlin Clark. It don't matter. It don't matter what anybody do. It don't matter if they lose. It don't matter if somebody else has a better game. they still gonna talk about Caitlin Clark. It ain't really about basketball anymore for real when it comes to talking about them. I think it's a racial game, and she has a cult following, and it's the media, and they just out there playing basketball. It's everybody else that's making the situation bigger than what it really is.
Yeah.
Because I've seen them both go off on people. I've seen them both taunt people. I've seen them both do hard fouls.
Right.
But it's only a problem when Angel does it. And looking on social media, I actually noticed this like yesterday. You go on a post that's about Caitlin Clark, all they doing is talking about Angel Reese in the Caitlin Clark post. But Angel Reese ain't important to the game.
Right.
But if you go on an Angel Reese post, ain't nobody talking about Caitlin Clark. They just talk. It's only a certain demographic of people that talks about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
And it's like a race war. It's only bigotry and racism when it comes to talking about Angel, because Caitlin does the same things. She actually cries like LeBron. If you see the highlights, like she be crying, she whines.
Yeah.
I've seen her punch the bench because she was mad. I've seen her shove people, and this came from Caitlin. That didn't come from Angel. That came from Caitlin. But when Angel did it, that's what changed the game. That moment right there changed women's sports for basketball.
Caitlin knows she protected. She out there like Mahomes. She protected.
Yeah. Yeah, she can cry. She can whine. They're going to talk about her no matter what. And I think actually, so, Caitlin, she cool. She good. Her, Kelsey Mitchell, that's from here, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Aaliyah Boston, they all on the same team. All of them are ranked bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
They ain't talking about none of them. I think Caitlin is ranked 8th in scoring. Aaliyah Boston's 11, and Kelsey Mitchell is 13.
Yeah.
You don't hear nothing about none of them. I think they played 2 games ago, and Aaliyah Boston was the leader in scoring.
Yeah.
Who did they talk about?
You already know who they talked about.
They talked about Caitlin. They didn't mention Aaliyah at all. And that's why, and I think we seen some of this last year where they were mad because the team wasn't stepping up for her when she would get fouled hard. Well, that's because at some point I think that's gonna happen again. They're gonna get tired of watching the news, watching all these sports channels, and they out here balling, but you're only talking about Caitlin Clark. Then they're gonna be like, what about us? We out here balling too. Yeah. And at the end, you're gonna start having some animosity from that because of the media and the fans only talking about it. Ain't only Caitlin Clark. She not even the best in the WNBA. I know y'all. There's this huge cult following for her. But yeah, she's not even the best at what she's doing right now. Angel Reese is not the best at what they doing right now, but that's just what they trying to make that the WNBA right now. And it's unfortunate that everybody else has to suffer when people been balling out here.
Right. Caitlin Clark fans like Taylor Swift fans.
Like Trump fans. That's what it really is. And it's not even, and I'm not even mad at Caitlin Clark because when you hear her talk, when you hear her talk and Angel Reese talk, they try to make them hate each other. And even if they do, so what? 20 years from now, they might be on the 30 for 30 like, I hated her guts.
Right. But I don't even think it's that. I just think like they just balling.
They are, but still, even if they do,
I think they more frustrated because they keep trying to compare them. They don't even play the same position.
They're not the same person.
One is a guard, the other one is a forward or a center. They don't even play the same position. Yeah, she's a forward. So like, how do you even compare the two? Like,
it's just hate. It's all hate. It's bigotry. It's racism. Angel's the thug, but Caitlin can do the same thing.
Right, but you ain't hear nothing about what's her name? Kelsey Plum got a bucket on Angel Reese and gave her the too little.
Oh yeah.
While she ran down the court, but you don't hear nobody talking about that.
Right, because that don't fit the narrative. But that's just a part of the game. That's what I'm saying. Like the guys can do this every day, and it's not a problem. We don't have big stories. Oh, Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green, they hate each other. They hate their guts, and he has so much hatred. Like, it's crazy. No, they just out there balling. They get emotional. They're passionate. That's a part of the game. And people are trying to flip the narrative to make it something bigger. And then that whole situation was crazy because Angel was the one that got fouled. She was the one that got fouled.
Do you think they're not the same type of players? I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing them. But do you think like this impact was the same type of impact that Larry Bird had? like you would say like a Bird versus Magic. Like, do you think that same narrative was the same, or the following was the same for?
I'm sure it was.
For
You
that
got a
type
good white player against a good black player.
right.
I'm sure it was.
I mean, this is how they always spin it. Just think about the days of Miami football going to play Notre Dame, and it was like the convicts versus the Catholics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, anytime they get a chance to spin it racially, like, they will.
Yeah, they will, and it's unfortunate.
Like,
Just think of, they got so much pressure because of that, and like I was saying, when you hear them talk, they not talking to hate. They like, that was
nah,
just a basketball
right.
play. That was just a hard foul. I was mad, but
yeah,
I mean, we just playing basketball.
right. And it ain't the reason why I do nothing. It's almost like she hopped up like, who the fuck? And then she
Yeah,
seen it was
she
her,
wasn't.
and it
She
was
might have
just like
walked
some,
up to her, and then that would have
yeah,
been
just to
it.
talk some little
They
shit. Like,
expect their players to separate them. They wasn't
yeah,
really
they
about to
wasn't
fight.
nobody trying to
Like,
do nothing there.
come
It's
on.
just a basketball player. It's just like, bitch, you know what I mean?
And
Like, back
she's
up.
gotten to more little scrappy altercations since then.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's just a part of the game. We don't
right.
gotta. It's not that serious. It's really not. But what irks me the most is the media only talking about Caitlin Clark, and then her cult following can't seem to get past mentioning Angel Reese. Like, I don't understand why you have to always mention. If you a Caitlin Clark fan,
Cause
that's cool, but you don't gotta always mention
it's just like mentioning.
and then say she don't matter. Nobody's watching because of Angel Reese. I'm only watching because of Angel
Facts.
Reese. But I'm sure it's the opposite. She
It's
got
like
her
you
little
can't mention
following.
the Joker and not mention Batman.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
they correlate with each other for some reason, somehow, some way. Since they was in college, they didn't tie those two together forever.
Oh yeah, it's over forever.
But
I
like,
just want other people to get credit
I think
too.
you told me too. Like, they've been playing together. They've been playing each other since like high school or something like
Yeah,
that.
they've been playing each other. I guess in AAU is when they
AU,
started
yeah.
playing each other. So yeah, they've been playing each other for a while. And Angel Reese has always came up top. She's always been the winner in the situations when it mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that she's better or who's
Or who
better.
better?
This is
But
just facts.
I mean, one person got a ring, right?
This is just facts. Yes, this is just facts. So y'all can hate Angel all you want. I mean, y'all can love Caitlyn all you want. But there's better people in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
We should focus on everybody else too. It's not just them two. So we just gonna leave it at that. So we got game 4 tonight.
Yep.
OKC Timberwolves. I expect OKC to win. Gobert better pull through or y'all going home.
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all next time. Thank y'all for tuning in to I'm
I'm
Just
just
Saying.
saying.
And we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back, y'all.